Hi everyone, good day to all. So now let's dive into Unit 5, and Unit 5 we will talk about two things. One of them is about asking questions while listening. Right, so maybe some of you will be wondering what does it mean by asking questions while listening? Right, so just to let everyone know that fluent listeners not only listen to and understand what the speaker is saying at that particular moment, but also they listen ahead. Based on the information they hear, they anticipate what kind of information is probably coming next. Right, so let's say that you are listening to a lecture by your lecturer, for example, and when you listen, a good listener do not only listen and understand what the lecturer is saying at that particular moment, but in their mind they are thinking about what the next point will be about. What are the points, what are the explanations, what are other information that can be introduced by the lecturer after that particular topic. So one of the ways to listen ahead is to ask yourself WH questions while listening. For example, let's say that you hear your lecturer say, today we are going to talk about technology, how technology change our daily life. So in your mind you will ask yourself what kind of technology, meaning that you are actually anticipating, you are actually thinking about what is the future, what is the next points, the next main points that the speaker is going to talk about. This shows that you are ready. Not only you understand what the speaker is saying at that particular moment, you are also already in a state of readiness to figure out what the next point will be about. So when you do this, you are a good listener and you also be able to understand more about the speech. Right, so enough with that. So when we talk about agreeing and disagreeing in a discussion, it is important to note that when we talk, when we discuss among ourselves, we will introduce our own points, our own opinions on certain things. Let's say that you talk about one particular topic and you have a few of you in front of you talking together and discussing together, and in that particular moment it is normal for everyone who will speak out their opinion, and most of the time your opinion will be different and you will introduce opinions that is differ from someone else, and of course in this way you are going to agree and also disagree to your friend's points. So when we argue points, in other words, we give our own opinion on certain topics, we need to come up with reasons and evidence on why we disagree or agree in the first place. So let's say that you talk to your friend and your friend say one thing and you actually agree to that particular point. Do not just say I agree or I disagree to that particular point. Think about the reasons of why you agree and why you disagree. So when we talk about a discussion in an academic way with your friends, in a class, for example, it will be different from the one that you have with your friends when you are watching football. So maybe it get heated, but when we talk about in a class in an academic setting, it will be civilized and polite. And it is important to remember that even when you disagree with another speaker, you need to try to be polite and first acknowledge their opinion before saying you disagree. For let's say that your friend says something and recognize the point. Oh, I know that you come up with that point. I understand why you say it like that, but in my opinion, I do not agree with that particular point of view and the reason why. And of course, when you disagree, you need to come up with the reason why you disagree to that particular point. And it is also possible to simply disagree, but you should avoid doing this often because it may sound rude. For example, let's say that your friend come up with a point and you say directly, I disagree. That sounds a bit rude. So the best way to go through with this is to let your friend give out the opinion and then support that particular opinion, and then you acknowledge the opinion. Oh, I know that you think it that way, but in my opinion, I would like to disagree to your opinion and the reason why. And of course, always coming back to the reasons. Right, so I think that's all for Unit 5. And remember, try to be as polite as possible when you are in a discussion. Thank you.